Welcome to my Walkaway, Stay Away story, The List. Now in this video I'm going to break down the reasons why I stayed away and why I implore others to walk away. Now I'm not telling anybody what to do, what to think, I'm just giving some insight. You know, providing the gripes that people like me have to show that not everybody thinks like you, and to also show others who are free thinkers, who are trying to have an understanding of what's going on, or who are afraid to speak out, that they are not alone in this. So here we go. Number one, they drew first blood. Now, what I mean by that is they came after us. They came after the Trump supporters, Trump voters, even those who don't even want to talk about it, i.e. Taylor Swift, right? For some reason, they put us in a box with Nazis, racist, xenophobic, coons, Uncle Tom, sellouts, all of those on that wicked side of the spectrum. They put us in that box without any understanding of why we support this man or why we voted that way. Why do that to us? You don't know anybody, any of us individually. How could you do that? How could you possibly put posts on your social media calling us these names? How's that okay? You don't know us. I'd understand if only Republicans voted for him, you'd have a, it's still wrong, but you'd have a reason for that. But many people voted for him in all walks of life. It's a diverse, as you can see with all the other walkaway testimonials, there are a diverse group of people who supports Donald Trump. And if it wasn't Donald Trump, the testimonials prove that before him, they were having problems with the left too. They wanted to speak out and they couldn't. Like I said in my last video, this is why there was that awakening, because especially after, you know, Brandon Strzok came out with his video, the ball got rolling and allowed people to see, oh wait, I can say something. And if I say something, despite what the others around me might say about me or might feel, I have people who feel the same way. I can relate now. You know? So, back to them drawing first blood. They attacked us. They attacked me. Friends. You know, maybe not directly, but they still put me in that box because they will say things like, they would shit talk Trump supporters. They will just, in their posts, they will say these things. And I'm like, that fucking hurts, man. I'm like, you know me. You've seen me post pro-Trump memes and stuff like that. And you know me personally, not to be a bad person, not to be a bigot, not to be, and I'm just a normal guy. I'm just, well, I'm not gonna say I'm not a normal person, but I'm a huge geek. Really don't know how to describe myself, but I could tell you this: I am not what you call me. I am not what you call us or them. Like, the nerve of you. You don't have to say my name specifically, but what you share and shit like that, I'm like, yo, yeah, I support him. What are you trying to say? You know I'm not like that. Why would you put something like that out there? Why would you not only post, because then again, it's not their words, but remember, when you post something, you can make a comment. They will still say things like that within their own comments. And I'm like, yo, this is sickening. Who? You calling me the monster? What about you? You didn't consider your friends who might be quiet about it. Out of all the friends I have, especially on Facebook, there are many. Let's say there were 50% who agree with me and agree with Trump winning. There are only 5% that will post pro-Trump things, like memes and their thoughts and things like that. Only 5% out of that 50 who actually are happy with the way things are going now. Don't you see that all of those friends that we share, you're hurting them? You're disregarding them, how they feel, because you know them closely, but they're so afraid that they don't want to say anything to hurt your feelings. They probably just want to spare your feelings, but no disregard for your anti-Trump and all your anti-supporter shit. You have no regard for them. You have no regard for me. So when I see things like that, I will sometimes reply, I'm like, whoa, you can't put them all in that box. You can't do that. And yo, the floodgates are open of all the hate. How could you support him? How could you say he's done this, that, and the other? And the things they say, I'm like, I've heard this before, and I've heard it from legacy media. Have you actually researched this yourself? I would say this, and they will post a link to an article. Lo and behold, that article is still from the legacy media or left-leaning source, where it's biased. There was no facts. There's only it's opinion pieces or things that have already been debunked that they rehash and send. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Difference between me and you is that I can look at all sides and not have my heart ache. That's why I am an independent, because I can look at both sides and derive what the information I'm getting and come to the proper conclusion, find other sources to back that up, and move on from there. You cannot do that yourselves, leftists. You can't do that. It's always from MSNBC. It's always from The Hill, Washington Post, all the other posts. It's all that shit. So don't try that shit with me just because it's not a video and now it's actually an article somebody wrote. Doesn't make a difference. It's one source on one side. You could say the same thing for the other side because that's what the right does. They post things from Fox News and shit like that. You could say that. But from where I stand and what I notice, yeah, there is some biases going on there. Definitely. I still look after seeing that. I could still see, is this bias or does the evidence back that up? So I still check up because I know where that source is coming from. I know it's coming from Fox News. So I cannot take it at face value because I know chances are they'll support Trump no matter what. Even though before he won, they were against him. Only with two of them, Tucker and Hannity were the only ones that, were fans of him. But still, now that he's won and things are going good, they might still kind of lean too much to the right and just support him if anything. So you still gotta look. And that's what I do. I still look. Y'all don't do that, yo. Y'all get that source and you just fucking put that out there and say, look, I have proof. From them, you already know. We've already seen redacted articles, apologies. People have gotten fired for putting out bullshit on this administration and all. We've seen it all. Come on, don't just give me that source and think, oh, okay, I was wrong. No, man, it ain't gonna work that way. Okay. The nerve, yo, and treat us like we're like I ain't in charge of anything. I'm not running shit. And the worst part is, man, like I said, we have all these organizations who are backing Trump, Latinos for Trump, blacks for Trump, gays for Trump, Democrats for Trump. Have you looked into them? I bet you never even heard of them. You know, I found them by following certain people. I didn't even look for them. And I was like, yo, they exist? Will the world, yeah, there's hope for this world. You know, I'm not, you're shitting on those people too. You understand that? You're shitting on the gays who support Trump. You're supposed to be all inclusive. So fuck them, right? What about the blacks that support Trump? What about the Latinos? Speaking of Latinos, there are many of them who are immigrants here, who did it the right way. And I've heard many a testimonial. I'm not talking about Walkaway, because I heard this years ago, right after Trump was elected. Their number one thing is immigration. Their number one thing is the fuckery going on, let's say in Mexico or whatever Latin country they come from. And they wanted to escape and have a new life. And they come here to do it the right way. And they have people hopping the border and taking their spot in line. They're not even in line. They got it. And I'm like, I did not escape oppression for this. For a country that made so many promises to make sure I have a good life. For them to just allow this? You work. You have to earn your keep. And I'm trying to do that. But you're letting this happen to me? This is what I hear from them. And now the thing with the gays, they go through the same thing. Everybody's being called this, that, and the other. How dare you call a gay person a Nazi and all that thing? I'm not even just talking about Milo, man. I'm talking about, I've seen all of this. I've heard it from a whole bunch of them. I even came across a Walkaway video with a transgender, and there was one with a cross-dresser, and I'm like, what about them? You're attacking them. You're attacking people like me. I'm black and I'm for Trump. And again, I didn't imagine how my life would be if I voted for him. I can only imagine the shit I'd have to go through. I used to consider just the left, just the extreme left, the radical left as the problem, but no, because of lack of denouncement of fuckery and allowing this bullshit to go without speaking on it, without fighting against it, without saying that's not good, maybe we should say something, is all of you now. And again, because of my past research, it's definitely all of you now, and I'm done with you. If I have people who are Democrats who are my friends, I will still be your friend. But I will not be afraid to offend you by speaking my mind anymore, because I used to limit it to just the left. I used to limit it to just saying SJWs, but now it's all of you. You did this to yourselves. I didn't do this. I'm reacting to the fuckery you have done. Now that I mentioned SJWs, let's segue into number 2, right? SJWs, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and now just resist bullshit. This one's gonna hurt a lot of people. What I'm about to say right now, I don't give, I don't care. I'm going to say it because it bothers the hell out of me, and it's a problem. Now, Antifa is the most violent. I have never peaceful protest my ass. Is they might be peaceful in the beginning, they're walking and they're chanting all this shit. But once you see them in masks, I'm like, oh, okay. Red flag. But wait, you're being peaceful. You're just marching and yelling and the shit, and so it's fine. Carry your signs. Although the signs are the most hateful shit and ever. Anyway, you got effigies of burning Trump on it. But I'll give you that because they did that to Obama when he was elected. So I'll give you that. That's fine. At least you're being peaceful, right? No? Because the moment you come across somebody who wants to ask you a question as to, but what did Trump really do? I mean, the economy's going great. It's not only white people who voted for him. They snap, and then the violence ensues. Somebody wants to give a talk at a college, snap, violence ensues. They don't want to hear shit. They always carry. Why are you carrying weapons? They always have weapons. And you're supposed to be peaceful? Y'all don't. Please remember, you guys are the social justice warriors. You want justice. Where's our justice for the bullshit you're pulling? And like Black Lives Matter, under that SJW umbrella, same shit. Y'all get violent quick. Y'all loot quick. I don't want to hear shit about when a certain sports team wins and they riot and shit like that. Man, I don't want to hear that. You're supposed to be better, right? So don't complain when someone else compares you to that or says why you gotta be violent. Well, sports fans do it all the time. You're really an adult is really gonna use that as an excuse. A game that's been won or lost, you're gonna use that as an excuse, right? For your violence and your hate spewing. I know I'm laughing because it's funny when you think about it, because it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous what they do. How could you not laugh? I'd rather laugh than cry, because after when I'm saying these things and after witnessing all these things, I'm like, yeah, it's the end for all this, because all of it's coming out. Thank God for the internet and body cams and all this shit. All this is coming out. People are seeing it, and people are turning away. People are walking away. I stay away. So I know that didn't hurt compared to what I'm going to say next. Okay? Now these SJWs have gone into sexual harassment, rape and all those things. Who is not for justice for those victims? If a woman, I personally believe, I have the mind of, I always tell people, injustice sets me off. I don't know if this is because this is how I am, or because I grew up watching superheroes and reading comic books and stuff like that, but I go into Punisher mode when I see people do things wrong. And when a woman is assaulted or raped, I just want capital punishment is okay with me at that point. It could be like the old school days, you could hang him, all that shit. Because if a man hurts a woman like that, straight up and down, you're no longer a man. Right? You're a weak individual. We need to weed you out. Okay. Moving on from there. This Me Too movement is a slap in the face of legit victims of rape and assault. Straight up and down. It started off very good. What that woman did by recording what Weinstein was doing, I was like, yes, we are at the first steps of cleaning up Hollywood. But then these celebrities and just these SJWs just jumped on it and ruined it. Now, cat calls, whistling, staring. I mean, yeah, I'm not for long periods of staring at a woman. That's fucking creepy. But that ain't calls for Me Too or going after that person.